Hello, and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I am the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as almost always, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hello, everybody.
And
It's been a long morning, afternoon, whatever.
why? Has there been any issues, Jeff? No.
Just had some difficulties getting the game up on Steam this morning.
But it
Supposed
is.
to show up at 3 a.m. It is up now. Apparently, something went wrong between. We had the approval a couple of days ago from Valve. Got the email and then checked again last night, and everything is, as far as we knew, it was okay. But for some reason, it was still showing as of 3 in the morning that it was in the approval queue. But we figured, okay, well, so they've sent the official email and told us, aside from that too, that everything's all right, so we'll be fine. Naturally, 3 o'clock rolls around, nothing happens. So we problem is nobody is in the Valve offices until I think 9 in the morning.
Which is
So for the next 6 hours or so, we're trying to figure out what's going on. Finally, get in a trouble report for them, and right after, I think right before they replied back, we finally get a error message saying that the game it was rejected because the Mac build wasn't working. The problem is the version that they tested for some reason was one from back in July, which was more or less just a non-functional test build of something or other. There was no actual game there, so I'm not sure how they even managed to get to as far as they did. So finally, we got a hold of one of the support. Well, Marcus was talking to the rep. I was talking to the support guy, and one or both of them got to the testers at the same time and got the thing pushed through properly. And finally, we got on, and everyone can buy the game now, and everybody's happy.
absolutely. Thank you, Gudu and Rocky's Fan Forever
Except for
for
me,
showing up.
who's still trying to get the Steam Workshop working properly.
Which should
I
hopefully
think there may be an issue with that right now.
it will be up in as soon as we can get it up, though. Anyways, if you
Yeah, I think it's.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right.
No, I'm just saying I'm working on it right now, but something isn't working as it should be. So I'm trying to figure out what the problem is.
Yeah. So while he's doing that, he's going to be here in case you have any questions, or he's going to be here to mock us for how Vegas did, and we'll talk about that in 1 minute. But first off, we ended our stream after 82 games, and we missed the playoffs. But that was kind of expected. But we didn't get fired. I turned on the ability for us not to get fired, but I think we might have actually survived anyways. We kind of turned her around at the end of the year after we finally got to our tactics that we liked and everything geared up and went. We finished at 32, 46, and 4 for 68 points. And if you were watching as Jeff was talking, I was going through and we were looking at the development report of May, and you can see a lot of guys are moving up. And the only guy really of notable who getting hurt or going down a little bit is Bobby Ryan. So that hurts a little bit, but not too bad. Jeff, at 68 points for Vegas, how do you feel we did?
That's not too bad. I mean, the test games I've seen them go as high as 71. So you're right near the top. A lot of times it'll be down in the low 50s.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Now, we also made some big trades. We traded for John Tavares. We traded for Zach Rowinski.
I'm not sure how exactly you pulled that off, but
I told you how we pulled that off, and it went pretty darn good. But we'll talk about that more in 1 second.
I'm thinking you stuck in some editing somewhere.
I did not. I did that live. But we'll take a look. Anyways.
I believe you. Thousands wouldn't, but
just as we predicted in our official NHL predictions that you can see on our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments, the Chicago Blackhawks have won the 2017-2018 Stanley Cup, beating the Carolina Hurricanes in a 7-game series with a 7-4 decisive win. So good on them. Blackhawks had 114 points on the year to Carolina's 109. Connor McDavid won the Hart Trophy. Duncan Keith won the Conn Smythe. Philip Grubauer won the
Jennings?
No, he won the Vezina. Erik Karlsson won the Norris. Matt Barzal won the Calder. Joe Sakic actually turned Colorado, who finished in 7th in the Central, but they turned their season around enough that they were actually competitive throughout most of the year, so he won the Executive of the Year. Patrice Bergeron won the Selke. I believe Steven Stamkos won the Maurice Richard Trophy. And Vladimir Tarasenko won the Art Ross. Plus minus went to Evgeny Malkin. I was going to say Kuznetsov, too used to the Red Wings stream. And Devin Dubnyk won the Roger Crozier Award. Corey Crawford won the Jennings. Carlson won the Lady Byng. Zetterberg won the Bill Masterdon and the Mark Messier Trophy. So good for him. And Connor McDavid won the Ted Lindsay Award. Not unexpected. And Stanley Cup winner Joe Quenneville won the Jack Adams Award. First team NHL All-Stars was led by goaltender Jake Allen, defenseman Erik Karlsson, and Jacob Slavin of Carolina. Then we have Philip Forsberg, Connor McDavid, and Vladimir Tarasenko. Second team was Steve Mason, defensemen John Klingberg, Duncan Keith, left wing Alexander Ovechkin, John Tavares, and Tyler Seguin. So we actually had a second team All-Star in John Tavares. So good for us. I'm pretty proud of us on that. More scouting reports. We've hired a bunch of scouts. And we're going to head into the draft here in not too long to see what happens. But before that, let's look at the standings here. And we can see how the playoffs played out. Toronto actually snuck into the playoffs, but was lost out to Tampa Bay in 7 games. Boston dominated the Rangers. And Pittsburgh, the defending Stanley Cup champions, lost to Carolina on Carolina's road to the Stanley Cup final. And Columbus played Washington, where Washington squeaked by to move into the second round. On the other side, we have Minnesota and Chicago. Chicago swept Minnesota like usual. Winnipeg played St. Louis and beat them 4 straight. San Jose beat up on Nashville 4-1, and Anaheim beat the LA Kings 4-2. Really, there's nothing here that's outstandingly surprising other than maybe Winnipeg going into the second round. But everything else is kind of people who typically have gone there. Gouda Creative in the chat asks, have you shown off how the Hall of Fame process works? I can't show you exactly how it works, but I can give you an idea because I kind of went past it. Part of the simming is at the start of May, and I just need to find the right... I believe it's at the start of May.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, so right around the start... Okay, May 1st, you get a nomination. And so it gives you a list of players who you could nominate to go to the Hall of Fame. There's a bunch of guys who are already nominated, and there's a list of other players who you are to consider putting up. On this list this year was considered Theo Fleury, Keith Tkachuk, Ray Whitney, Pat Verbeek, and of course my favorite, and a guy whose autograph I actually have hanging above me right now, Teppo Numminen. One of my favorite old Winnipeg Jets. And
so naturally you picked him.
Well, again, I skipped through this, so actually I didn't pick anybody. Otherwise, I probably would have picked him. Yes. So you pick somebody, it'll announce the nominations, and on about the beginning of June 1st, I believe, you get a list of everyone who is nominated, and you can select up to 4 players. Nominations are put in for the Hall of Fame vote, and a few days later you are told who makes the Hall of Fame, I believe. Is that correct, Jeff? Did I get that right?
That's the first stage of it. There's I think it's there's 18 total votes, counting you, and you need, I think it's 13 to get in. I think I just wrote this up the other day for the manual. I think it's 13. It's 13 gets in unless there's more than 4, in which case they take the top 4 votes. But if there are fewer than 4 inductees, then they go to runoff elections, and they will drop guys off the ballot, and you will get to vote again and again and again until they either get everybody from the ballot, or until they get 4 players. And if they run out of players before they get 4 players, then they may go there's an automatic thing, you don't participate in it, but it may choose an old timer to go into the hall instead of the guys on the current ballot.
Okay. Well, we have.
But it's pretty much pretty fairly good replication of the way the actual Hall of Fame procedure works, or at least, in theory.
Okay, we have some breaking news actually right now. The Toronto Maple Leafs, this is in real life, have acquired goaltender Calvin Pickard from the Vegas Golden Knights for forward Tobias Lindbergh and a 6th-round pick in 2018. Which, frankly, isn't really shocking, all things considered. When you know...
Wait, that's real? Is that real, or are you talking about the game? Sorry.
No, this is real. Vegas just sent down Calvin Pickard.
No, that's not...
So,
yeah, no surprise they got Subban.
Yeah, since they picked up Subban. So, so that just happened. We are also going to be looking at, let me see here. We have Cam Ward, who's going to go to free agency because we don't really want him anymore. But Vegas also has, so we have Oscar Dansk, Malcolm Subban, and then Dylan Ferguson, who is a 1.5 star goalie in the WHL, who frankly I think we should try and trade. So I'm gonna just see who's a team who really needs goaltending help. Right now.
You're saying that as if you don't know the Canucks don't.
Okay, well then fine. I'll go to Vancouver. I really wasn't thinking.
Actually, come to think of it, I think Arizona's actually in worse shape than the Canucks are. So.
Okay. Well, I think we've told them that. What does Vancouver have for draft picks? Because let's be honest, that's okay. They got a first. They don't have a 3rd-round pick. So Vancouver, Arizona. Who else we got? How about Florida? Florida's probably looking for a goaltender. I mean, Luongo's not going to be there for too much longer.
I hope he is, because the Canucks get really screwed in the for the cap hit if he retires early.
Okay, looking at this. All right, let's see. They got 4 goalies under contract. Okay, let's just... Oh, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Edmonton has 6 goalies under contract. As do a lot of teams. Wow. This is going to make it much tougher trading if there's this many goalies under contract. Okay, there we go. How about... you know what? I think the team is going to be Colorado. So let's see if we can package some guys together. Dylan Ferguson and Cam Ward. Oh, they won't. Okay, we're just going to let Cam Ward go. Dylan Ferguson. And let's see, 3rd rounder? Well-balanced offer. Let's offer that trade and just see what happens. Alex the Tall, who was in our chat earlier today, says he started unemployed and just got an offer with the Edmonton Oil Kings. All right. And there's a bunch of guys whose contracts are expiring. Mostly scouts, so we're going to sign all these guys back. Unless we run out of contract room, which could happen. And we cannot sign Ryan McGill. His contract demand is too high. I wonder how much he wants.
That's odd. It shouldn't be giving you that if you're an NHL team.
Oh, there. I clicked on it again. Oh, he's an assistant coach. Okay. So he'll come back for 99,000. But we can't sign Dave Pryor. It's gonna cost us too much money. Personnel. Nope, we want finances. How much do we have right now? Our current staff... Okay, maybe we should go fire a couple scouts then. Probably save us a bit of money, huh?
That will, although you're right. Did you say you're right to put the top of the budget?
Well, our current staff payroll is 3.99 million. Our budget is 4.1 million.
Yeah, that's what's doing it. Yep.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have to go fire some scouts, unfortunately. So teams... Can I fire them from the scouting list? No, I can't. But I can see who's best.
No, you have to be on the personnel page. Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to fire Dewitt Smith and Dave Shug. And Mike Raymond. Dewitt Smith. Schmug was another one, right?
Yep.
And what was who was the other guy? Smith, Schmug, and...
Don't remember.
Snaggle J has joined the chat. Thanks for coming out, Snaggle J. And... Alright, I've let 2 scouts go. Let's just see if we can sign this guy again. Okay, we can get him now. Alright, 145,000 he's signed. We'll just take a look at our finances. We still have... Okay, so we lost 30,000. That gives us a little bit more flexibility. Looks good. And we will continue on. If you have tuned in, we are going to be giving away a copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4 in the not-too-distant future. Okay, they won't do it for the 3rd round pick. What if I throw in a late round pick with it? We have an extra 7th rounder from New Jersey and Ottawa. New Jersey finished in last, so we try and get rid of the Ottawa pick then. And continuing on. And we get another reaction from Colorado. They say again, no way, they won't do it for a 7th round pick. You are just... I wonder if they have anyone on the trade block. Maybe I'm wrong, but they probably won't accept this offer. Yeah, I don't see them. Can we offer them another late round pick? Okay, we got a bunch of 7s next year. Let's toss in this one from Washington. And it says they will likely accept that trade. Question about scouting from Alex the Tall. Are you the one who needs to actually go and hire your assistant coaches and scouts? For the most part, I usually do. I personally hire them, but I don't assign them to their scouting jobs. I usually let the AI do that. You can also check and let your CPU handle a little bit more. Okay, Colorado will make that deal, so we will complete it, get another contract off the books. And we have a storyline here, Jeff. Derek Roy's car commercial, a cult phenomenon. Why is Derek Roy suddenly so popular around his hometown? Might it have something to do with his series of TV and radio commercials for a local car dealership that has taken the city by storm? Viewers can't seem to pin down what it is exactly about the Columbus pair that is so endearing, but Roy now has a cult following around the town. I've never sold cars in my life. To be perfectly honest, they probably just wanted a hockey player that fits their price range, Roy said with a hearty laugh. I've always been that kind of guy, and I thought it was something fun to do with some free time. I'm supporting a local business, too. Columbus fan interest has slightly increased. Gotta love it. And something you also do and see a lot, at least definitely see it in this market. How about you, Jeff?
Well, I'm trying to get the Steam Workshop working properly and sort of half paying attention here. What were you saying?
Okay, hold on. We won the draft lottery. We beat the Vancouver Canucks and take the draft lottery. Woo!
Okay, you're cheating at this somehow. I don't know how you're doing it, but you keep winning in this.
We beat Arizona
how many
and
is that
Vancouver.
You've won it. You've won it from like a 1% chance at one point.
Yes, we did. But hey, awesome! We win the draft lottery to take the first overall pick, which means we have Rasmus Dahlin coming to us. All right. That is awesome. I mean, whew, gotta love it. Now, is there anybody else we should be trying to trade? I don't really see it right now. Let's take a quick look. Actually, we'll just put him on waivers. No, I wouldn't mind trying to trade him away. Okay, yes, we're going to try and trade one more player away. We're going to try and move one of our third-round picks into the second round. But we want to get rid of Shipakov. Shipkayov? Is that how you say it? Jeff?
Shipchov? Can't remember.
Okay, well, it's not just me. All right, so who needs a center?
Vadim Shipachov, yeah.
Chicago needs a center.
No, I'm just trying to remember how to do it in Russian.
Minnesota needs a center. Montreal needs a center. Montreal would love him. All right, add him. Montreal's going to give us their second round pick. The offer is far too weak. All right. What if I throw in a fourth round pick? Still too weak. What if I throw in a sixth round pick? Offer. Still too weak. A seventh? And they're like, well, no. Okay, what if I throw in the rights to Nick Campoli? Offer and still too weak. All right, let's offer a 2019 sixth-round pick. No, okay, a 2019 fourth-round pick. Okay, they will do that. I send Shipakov, Campoli, and I send a fourth, a sixth, and a fourth for their second round pick. Mo83 in the chat says, hi guys, loving FHM4 so far. Awesome. Glad. Thanks for coming out.
Right.
Finalize the trade. And we pick up even more draft picks. We are going to take everybody in the draft. Unless we should try and move for somebody. Should we try and trade for somebody?
I'm trying to remember how strong a draft class it is. No, I don't think you really need to move up for anything. I think it's fairly good through about average for the second round. I think you're probably better hanging on to your second round picks.
Okay. I just didn't know if we should be trying to target like a big booming defenseman. But if we get Dahlin, that kind of makes it pretty easy, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to start off our draft picking Rasmus Dahlin. And we suddenly have significantly more power on the defensive end, and I love it. So we'll pick until human, which means we get the 35th and 36th pick in the draft. We can go look at what happened. So Dahlin went, then Kachuk went, Brady Kachuk, followed by Aki Thomas Jet Wu, which is a sweet name. Andrei Svenikov, Ty Smith, Joe Vlano goes 7th overall. Bode Wild goes 8th. Matthias Samuelsson, then Keandre Miller, Jared McIsaac, Oliver Wallstrom, Jack McBain, Quinn Hughes, Ryan Merkley, Joe Fabry, Alan McShane. And then Jesse Yolen, Rasmus Kapuri, Ryan McLeod, Jake Wise, Philip Zadina, Xavier Bouchard. Then Philip Laginov, Ty Delra, Benoit Olivier Grew, Anderson McDonald, Adam Boyquist, Ty Emberson, Giovanni Vitali, Kevin Ball round out round 1. Liam Foundy, Owen Lalonde falls all the way to round 2, going 33rd overall, and then Cale Addison goes pick 34. So we still have some guys available. What do you know about Philip Kurashev, Jeff?
Trying to remember what I know about him. Not
He's playing in the QMJ.
left wing, isn't he?
Left wing, center, right wing, according to this. He had in 65 games, he had 63 points.
You definitely need a forward. You've got Dahlin, and that's probably your big weakness right now, is scoring. So I'd be going looking for offensive forwards. Don't really worry too much about their checking ability.
Oh, that's a goalie. Okay. Oh, you know who's a little ways down the list? FHM3 All-Star Hall of Famer Nando Eggenberger.
Oh, there we go.
3-star. I think we can get
Gotta
him.
pick him just for the name.
Okay, we're gonna take Philip Khrushchev. I got a good feeling, so we'll pick him up. Even though he was only scouted E, which is a little worrisome, but we'll take him, and then... Alright. We know what we get with Jesper Kotkaniemi? Or we maybe sneak over and take Dylan McCabe? I'm not sure what to do here. What's Sutter? Oh, Riley Sutter. Okay. Alright, I think we're going to take McCabe here. Let's see how he turns out. Devlin McCabe. And we pick again at 44. So some guys go off, but no one too surprising yet. We pick again at Okay, 69. There's 20-some picks in between. Maybe this is a point where we should grab Eggenberger? Do we try and take or risk taking a Swede like Jacob Olofsson? Or do we jump at the chance at a goalie right now?
You're probably okay for goalies, I think.
All right. I just see a 3-star goalie, Alex Gravel. I don't really want to sign a guy or draft a guy who's in the KHL right now. He's not going to help us. Olofsson's only a half-star. What is... Eggenberger's only a half-star, too. Alright, let's take Jacob Olofsson. And hopefully Nando stays there. If not, we will try and grab him. And it looks like he is still there. Alright. So we're taking him because he's at the top of the list. Oh, he picked 65 too, so perfect. Nando Eggenberger has returned to us. And alright, we have pick 69 now. And we have... Okay. 2 guys in the USHL or the guy in the WHL. We have Matthias Emilio.
I'll always go with the WHL guy.
Take Riley Sutter.
Yep. Hey,
right.
Sutter, come on.
Yes, well, the last Sutter taken I know didn't do that well. Gouda Creative in the chat asks, what does the asterisk mean beside the player's name?
Rookie.
Means rookie.
That's a new thing this year. Just marks the guys who are considered who are a rookie in the league that you're looking at the moment.
Okay. So we are now at pick 86. So let's see what we got. We have Elijah Colina from Portland. Luca Burzin from Moose Jaw, and Samuel Bitten from Ottawa. Are the Canadians left? That guy is massive. Alright. Not seeing a lot of big goalies left here, Jeff. I think you...
Nah, well, I mean, you never know how a goalie's going to turn out. I think I was, what was that? I was doing the Reddit thing the other day. I went to look through, was it that or was it something else? I know when I was looking through some of the old draft, the long-term save. Was looking through the historical drafts, and I found the best goalie one year was some guy who was taken like right near the end of the 7th round, and turned out being better than the other 18 or 19 guys that went before. Just like in real life, you can't really predict goalies.
Okay, well,
it's probably a little more predictable in the game, but you never know what you're going to get.
I'm going to take this Swedish goalie, Arvid Soldrenbom, played at the SHL. He had a 908 save percentage.
Sure, that's exactly how you pronounce it.
I bet you it's probably not too far off. Pickendale Human. And we're just about getting down to 2-star guys, so how about we take, taking a look here. Should I take that huge Canadian? There's this guy named Ethan Manderville. He's 6'4". He played in the CCHL.
Manderville's son, maybe? Yeah, Ottawa's Junior A League.
Yeah. Okay, let's take him. Big.
Sounds good. He's huge. He's Canadian. Hey, good enough.
All right.
And I'm finally done what I was doing. So, as far as I can go with it, I can actually watch your stream now and see what you're doing.
All right, so we'll pick up Milos Roman as well. He's playing in the WHL.
Milos,
sorry. Hey, I can't say it right all the time. Pick 194. All right, what do we got here? A left-handed defenseman who scored 43 points. That sounds like something we might want to consider on our team, huh?
Yeah, you could use a little offense back there, so...
We'll pick him up. And we will sim. And that was it. He was our last pick in that draft. Alright. So we have added a decent chunk of players. David Perron wanted way too much money. We're just not signing. We're letting our captain go to free agency because he wanted a bunch of money. And I think... So unsigned draftees. Can we offer Dolan a contract yet? No, gotta wait till tomorrow. Alright, let's advance a date then. Coca-Cola tells us that he finished a popular soccer sim a few days ago and wasn't looking to get sucked into anything else for a while, but here I am hungry and hyped for FHM4. Good.
Yep.
Glad to hear
Bad
it.
move.
And Brooks Orpik heads back to he doesn't head back to Washington. He heads to the Rangers for Jesper Fast. Interesting trade.
So he's basically trying to play for every team in the Eastern Conference at some point.
That's his plan, it looks like. Alright, so now we can officially try and sign some players, so let's go look at what we're going to do here. Rasmus Dahlin, we want him on our team. But he's not willing to talk to us. That's always fun. Philip Khrushchev might have a chance to play on our team. He's 1.5 stars. He put up 63 points. Now, he is a European with Swiss and Russian nationalities playing in the QMJHL. So, Jeff, I have to ask, in FHM3, you ran into an issue where if a player was signed and then tried to send back down, but his team already picked up somebody else, you couldn't send him down. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, if they already had the two foreigners?
Yes. Has that...
I think no. Actually, I think that may still be happening. I think we still have to. We didn't figure out a way around that yet, if I remember right. Because there's one. It is happening at the start of the game.
Okay.
But you should be able to send him to your farm team.
Okay. The good news is, too, we also have commissioner mode turned on, so we could just edit him back down to where he should be.
Yeah. Yep.
And Jay Artibisi is back. I'm glad to see you. All right, Jeff. I want you to, while you're thinking about, I want you to start thinking of a really random hockey fact, because I think we're gonna have to test some people's knowledge on hockey if they want a free copy of FHM4.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
So.
I was about to blurt it out and realized that would kind of defeat the purpose.
Yes, it would. So maybe we'll give one away here in a little bit. I'm just going to keep Poking and prodding Rasmus Dahlin until he agrees to talk to us. With some European players, when they don't want to, sometimes their opinion will change week to week, even day to day. Alex Attal, who won the most Stanley Cups? Yeah. I don't think it'll be quite that easy.
A little too easy, yeah.
Okay, we got Philip Khrushchev. Kurashev? Kurashev, I would think. Signed.
Yeah.
Okay, he is a 1.5. He is scouted to be a 3.5. Do I keep him up or should I send him back down?
1.5, probably, unless...
Maybe I'll keep him
Does
up
it
for
look
now.
like you might have room for him on, say, the third line?
It's very possible. Okay, here's one of the things we have been waiting to talk about. I just saw it. It has now happened. John Tavares, who is our star number 1 center, soon to be captain. We can see here his chemistry has finally built up, and he has good chemistry with Mikhail Boddicker and Michael Grabner. So what does that mean for them, Jeff?
That means when those three are on the ice together, or at least when any two of them are involved in a given play, say one of them is, say, Tavares to Grabner, the chance of the pass being successful goes up. That's one case. There's a few other various different things that chemistry improves, but that's one of the bonuses you'll get from having good chemistry. So it now makes more sense to keep guys together a little longer and set up your lines with chemistry in mind.
Well, that's good, except for the fact that we're getting rid of Michael Grabner. And we're getting...
Okay, well, you just wasted that chemistry then.
And we got 7 career points. I'm going to put one more into coaching prospects, because, that's kind of important. Well, listen, I mean, Grabner is now a... Grabner is now 1.5 stars. Do we really want to keep him playing top-line minutes?
Not particularly at that point.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying we get rid of him right now. So, Jeff, have you thought of that nice big nugget of trivia?
Still working on it. Give me a second.
Okay. All right. Tell you what. Well, Jeff, we're going to advance here, so we have now saved. I'm going to try signing Rasmus.
I'm not trying to think of something that's not going to be somebody can't just look up on Wikipedia or wherever.
I know. Well, sorry for spring this on you. I got one, but I think I'll save it for a bit. Will Nando sign? Nando won't sign. Anybody else we should be immediately signing? Oh, Devlin McCabe has gone to play for Vancouver in the WHL, so that's even better news for us. You should develop nicely then. Guys at half stars, I kind of just want to leave them
Okay,
alone.
actually, I got one. I got one here for you.
Okay. I hope it's not too...
You want something... well, it's really obscure.
All right, well, let's see if anyone in the chat can answer it for us.
What I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the Hockey News sweepstakes from their 1982 yearbook.
Oh, okay. So
if anybody, whoever, yeah, so whoever's got one of those sitting around has an advantage.
I was going to say everybody can grab
But if
theirs.
anybody can name me any one of the prizes that was available, first one to successfully name any one of those. They've got there's 6 prizes here. Some of them are fairly obvious, but and one of them is very 80s.
All right.
So you can get one.
Somebody says,
Just in general terms. So we don't need exact brand names.
Somebody says, man, I wasn't even born yet. All right, just start
6
guessing.
different possibilities.
Just start guessing. What's the worst that happens? It's nothing wrong.
Nobody's going to be able to look this up. This is a good one for that. There's
Just
a
take a
grand
guess.
prize, a second prize, third prize, etc., etc.
Something very 80s.
One of them is fairly obvious. Something you would give away in a sweepstakes, in a prize draw during the 80s. A hockey-related prize
I'm very
draw.
confused. Gudu, we are giving away a copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4, and the first guest that comes in is a Walkman.
Walkman is not it, but Jeremy's table hockey, I think I will take that one. Third prize is a Brunswick air hockey game. So I think that counts.
Jay Ivershus, you have
one I was really hoping for is second prize in their contest here. It was a Sony Betamax.
Oh.
Value $1,350 in 1980. Apparently, the VCR in the early 80s was worth what? It's probably about $5,000 now. It's a fairly impressive prize.
Yeah, that is very well done.
The other ones were the grand prize was a Sony color projection TV, which I wish I should scan this. It's like you're sitting at a desk with a giant screen above your face.
Of course.
I'm not sure how this could be at all comfortable to watch, but it probably dumping immense amounts of radiation into your skull. And then the one I was expecting something to say was team jersey. That's easy enough. There's and the lowest level was a hockey news toque.
Well, that would actually make sense and would be kind of cool to have. I cannot. Why is this not working? I can't send it to you, man, and it's driving me nuts. All right. Wayne Gretzky named GM of Florida. Just happened.
He had to get work eventually again.
Okay, I gotta just give me 1 second here. Something's going on with that Twitch beta.
Yeah, if you gotta.
So I'm and I'm thinking that's what's causing the error. I will try and get that prize to you. So while we're waiting for this to reload, we can take and let's see. John Ferguson has been hired by the Predators to take over.
Not by the Leafs. That happened in one of my games.
Lou Lamoriello has stepped down and Bruce Hamilton has taken over. Steve, wait a second. So while we're waiting for this to reload, okay, Nashville has hired 2 GMs? That's...
Did somebody retire immediately, or...?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that in 1 second. Because that shouldn't have happened.
Definitely not.
Okay, let's see. So, Wayne Gretzky has become the GM. Jim Rutherford retired.
Have a look on the Nashville page when you get a second. I just want to see
what's...
I remember we had something like this happening before, but I haven't seen it happen in a long, long time. It gets 2 guys, it takes 2 GMs at once.
That was FHM 2, wasn't it?
Although I wonder if it's Nick Beverly. He's up there in years. I wonder if he was retiring just as he got hired. I thought we fixed that, but it might still be in there.
Okay, we got lots. Okay, so here we go. This is what I was looking for. Okay, Cam Ward has announced his retirement. All right, the Steam code has been sent out to the winner, depending on... hopefully that works now. All right. So we can see what else happened. Lee Stemniak retired. Kari Lettinen retired. Chris Kunitz retired. Scott Hartnell retired. Marian Gabrick. Jason Chimera. Okay, development report. Mikhail Grabner goes down, so even more reason to get rid of him. Mark Streit retired. Roosevelt retired. Dominic Moore. Joffrey Lupul. A lot of guys. Oh, Mikhail Gravoski, another Las Vegas guy, retired even though he was hurt and wasn't going to play.
Yep. So they actually lose a little bit of cap savings there, don't we? I think so.
No, he was becoming a free agent. So.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, okay. That's why generally guys will stick around and won't retire if they've got a little time left on their contract, even if they're permanently hurt.
Nashville is what we're looking for personnel.
Because, unlike Joffrey Lupul, some people do enjoy sitting around getting free money.
Okay, John Ferguson is the only GM. So I wonder if that happened again then.
I think I know what happened there. I think Beverly got hired and then we hit the retirement routine for him at the same time, and he retired right away. So I thought we had that fixed, although maybe I'm thinking of something slightly different. But I will get that on the bug list.
Again, this Vegas game was started several turns ago too, so that could be part of the issue.
Yeah. That I forgot about that. That was a couple of builds back. No, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think what I'm thinking of was fixed a little earlier than that. So we'll check it.
Okay. Oh, let's look here for a second. So right now our roster is sitting at sorry about those. Overall, our team still looks mightily improved, but I think if we can add some nice pieces, it will go a long way to help us. So we're going to take restricted free agents off. And look, John Carlson is available. He's hurt.
That's one thing Vegas could potentially be really good at in their second if they've saved a little space, which you haven't done so much of, but it's possible to do.
We have $20.7 million in cap space. Thank you very much.
No. That's no. I'm talking big, like below the cap floor, and just enough so you can take 4 or 5, pretty much the best players at the top of the free agent pool, and give yourself a full line's worth of guys, and you're a contender, boom, in the second season.
Well, John Carlson wants 5.17 for 3 years. 28. That seems reasonable.
But I would go higher than that because you're going to have competition for him. So I would go close to 6, I bet.
Okay, tell you what, I'll put it to 5.3. I need to 5.37.
Don't think it's going to be enough, but
we'll find out. What does Paul Stastny want? He'd be a good number. Oh, he wants 5.88 for 4 years. I'm not doing that. I am not signing James Van Riemsdyk. Mikkel Backlund. No. Jack Johnson. I don't think we really need it. FHM3 legend Sergei Mozikin is available to be signed. Offer contract. He wants 2.1 done.
Isn't he about 40 now?
He is 37, thank you.
Okay, well, he's younger than me.
And let's see.
Not saying much.
Rick Nash is available. Would that be somebody who...
And just a little update here. I'm looking at the top sellers on the Canadian version of Steam, and we have passed Rocket League. So we're at number 1. Cuphead, PUBG, Divinity, Original Sin 2, Total War Warhammer, and then us. So 5th overall on the Canadian Steam top sellers. I think the American one may be a little bit different, but still, it's a good start.
How would you feel about us signing Rick Nash?
Just because I know Smetana, our researcher, always tends to overrate Nash, it's probably not a bad idea.
He wants 6.1 for 1 year.
I mean, he's a goal scorer. If you've got somebody playmaker you can put with him. I don't know if Tavares is necessarily the best. Yeah,
I'm going to offer him $5 million. See what he says.
yeah, he's gonna want to shoot the puck a lot. I'm not sure that's the greatest mix chemistry wise, but if he's the best, there's nobody else really in that category for free agent winner. May make sense.
Okay, he came down to 5.86 for 1 year. Joe Thornton. I don't think we really need Joe Thornton on our team.
You're gonna take 37-year-old Russians. What's wrong with Thornton?
We have a lot of young guys coming. We don't really need. Okay, fine. I'll see what Thornton wants to be our fourth line center. He wants $6 million for 2 years. Not a freaking chance. That is way too much money. How about Brock Nelson? What's our thoughts on him?
Decent third line depth. Probably better than what we've got right now. And if we've got the money to spend, I think it makes sense.
He wants 4.68. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is pretty high for him. Not sure it's really worth paying that amount. I mean, I'd rather keep the money free for next year, maybe.
What's Josh Bailey want? He wants 3.9. Nope, still not doing it. Try to get Cam Atkinson. What do you think, Cam Atkinson? Cam Atkinson.
Yeah, if I didn't realize he was out there, yeah.
$3.9 million for 3 years and a no trade clause.
That's a nice deal.
All right.
Well, he's still pretty young, so I don't think the no trade clause is a huge deal.
He's 29.
You're going to get, yeah, I mean, he's not over yet, so those you get out of him are going to be solid years. The wheels aren't going to come off at 31, we hope.
Okay, let's take a look at goaltenders who are available. Tristan Jerry is a 2-star talent, 3-star potential goalie available.
Yeah, kind of surprised that he wound up. He's not a restricted free agent?
No, he is not a restricted free agent.
Yeah, pretty good WHL goal. I guess he just hasn't made it through in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I would. Who are our goalies right now?
We let go Cam Ward, and then he retired anyways. Currently on, and we just traded a guy away. So right now, I just made him an offer. We have Calvin Pickard and Malcolm Subban are only 2 goalies on who we currently have under contract, so we should probably sign one more, actually, looking at that.
Yeah, okay, I go with Jari, and then that 3 relatively young guys, and hopefully you'll get one decent one out of the lot.
Should I try and make an offer on Philip Grubauer? He is available. 26?
Nah, I would go with the. I'd stick with the younger guys, like the ones with a bunch of potential left, and
okay.
I think you're gonna have to overpay for Grubauer with the season he had.
Do I grab Eric Comrie then? He is on.
Oh, that'll work too. Yeah, yeah.
So we'll offer Eric Comrie. He wants $775. Done.
Yeah, the guys in chat talking about we're a little lower on the European charts right now. I think that's mainly the fault of us getting. I think getting the delay this morning. We should have been. Game should have been available at around noon European or Central European, and instead we didn't wind up till like early evening. So If that hadn't happened, I think we'd be doing a little better, and that'll probably pick up in the morning.
Yeah, right now I'm thinking Cody Glass and Nick Suzuki will probably be on our team this next year. So
Yeah, I usually see them on Vegas in the second season.
we'll advance again here. You know what, Jeff? I'm feeling generous, so maybe we'll give away another copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4 in a little bit. If you want to start thinking about something, another nice little random.
You're asking me for more obscure trivia. Yeah, I gotta pull the books off the shelves here.
Well, I'll give you about 15 minutes, let's say. In about 15 minutes, we'll give away another copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4. In fact, I will put it on Twitter. Give away another copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4 in 15 minutes. No, of course that happened. Alright, so it looks like we got some guys signed. And we just got a bunch of job offers. So let's see, Bulgaria under 18 has offered us a job. Japan under 18, Israel under 20, Mexico under 20, Serbia under 20, Spain under 20, Lithuania under 20, Slovenia and Italy have offered us national team jobs.
Just Slovenia and Italy? There's usually a third.
Nope, just those two. Okay, here's a trade that'll make you so happy. Bo Horvat gets traded to Columbus along with a 7th round pick for Vitaly Abramov and a 5th round pick.
Yeah, that's pretty much a Canuck deal, isn't it?
That is the Canuckiest Canuck deal I've ever heard. Let's be honest.
I've actually seen some scarier ones.
What? Johnny
But I was gonna say
Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau is traded for Tyler Johnson. Calgary upset about having a bad. Okay, here's another trade. Ryan Strome goes from the New York Islanders. The rights to him go from the Islanders to Vancouver for Daniel Sedin.
Okay, so there's a good deal. We finally get something out of Sedin.
And Sergei Mozikin says, yeah, I'm kind of liking your offer. Tristan Jerry feels good about it. Cam Atkinson has signed. Eric Comrie thinks he's going to sign.
Chat question, is a huge fan of out-of-the-park baseball and a huge fan of hockey. He said no-brainer. Yeah, I would say so.
Paul Stastny signs with Toronto. Rick Nash signs with Vegas. Vegas, baby. And we got John Carlson, which makes our D substantially better. So under 20 job, do we take Mexico? Or do we take Slovenia?
Well, you had the option of the Slovenia one. It was the Slovenian men's team, the national team? Or was it the under 21?
Men's national team.
I would go for that one because then, the Kings missed the playoffs and you got Kopitar and you...
All right, we'll take...
you're probably like
Slovenia.
The lower division could run over them.
All right, so we have some players who want numbers. John Carlson wants a 74. Done. Rick Nash wants his 61. Done. Cam Atkinson wants 13. It's all yours, buddy. Nick Hague wants 41. You can have it. Nick Suzuki wants 37, but Alex Tuck already has it. So he's going to have to settle for 42. The answer is 42, Nick. And he's okay with that. Cody Glass wants number 9, but number 9 is already gone. So how about we give Cody Glass number 87? How do you feel about that?
That'll work.
Give him Sidney Crosby's number, and he seems okay with that. And Dylan Coughlin wants a number 10, so done. All right. All right, so we got some job offers done. We still got 3 guys left. Oh, I should look to see if... Oh, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I'm like, oh, I didn't see all these other guys, but I'm like, oh, wait a second, they were... Okay, Pavel Datsuk is available. Should I just see what he wants?
You can try. I mean, we got one good season out of him in the Detroit game we were playing before.
He wants 3.3293 million. Yes.
How many? Is that just for 1 year?
That is for 1 year. I think we make that offer. Oh wait, salary cap space minus. Oh, okay. We might have to trade somebody here. Although no, wait, I got an inflated roster right now, probably. Okay, we're gonna send Dylan down. That gives us a little more breathing room. We still don't have another goalie. Yeah, I think we'll be close. We'll be fine. We will survive. If we get him, we will make it work. Oh, I gotta sign Dahlin too if he's gonna... Coca-Cola says, give Pavel what he wants. Huge draw. He would probably bring some fans into the stands. What I don't recall... Did Jaromir Jagr retire? Because I don't recall seeing him saying he was retiring.
No, I didn't see that. He might still be going. I raised his aging rating up a little in the database, if I remember right. So
Datsuk wants his 13, but he can have number 12, unfortunately. But he's okay with that. So let's see if Jagr is still around. And no, he did retire. All right. And we continue. Oh, man, make an offer to Dahlin. What are you doing? Okay. Unsigned draftees. Dahlin. Offer contract. He's still not interested in coming to the States. Why?
yeah, wants to play another year over in Sweden.
He's got 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah, you'll be able to get him after that.
Oh, they did. They just won the championship too, so that might be part of it. All right.
Yeah, if he's got a high... if he wants to play for a winner.
Mozikin has signed with us. Awesome. And what's that supposed to mean? You saying we cannot be a winner? Sportscaster Life asking, is the background music in-game or a stream edition? It is a stream edition. Our music is supplied by Ben Sound Music. And it's got he has some songs on there that are fairly nice and relaxing and seem to work well for our streams. Eric Comrie still has not signed, but Tristan Jerry signed, and he very well could be our backup goalie this year. You know, I totally forgot to look to see if we had any players who we had to qualify.
Yeah, that would probably be something you should have done.
I totally forgot to look. Oh well, I'm okay if we lost everybody. We have 40 players under contract. That's good. See, you shouldn't forget to do these things. Maybe there should be a reminder set, Jeff. Zach Rowinski is coming up. What does he want for a new contract? He wants $3 million for 3 years. I will gladly sign him to that right now, before he wants more money. But actually, if our number one defensive pairing is Zach Rowinski and Carlson, that's a pretty nice number one pairing. And Eric Comrie has been signed. And Zach Rowinski signed his new deal. Comrie wants number one, which is perfect. Nobody has that. Continue. And we now have a salary of $75.7444 million. Comrie, you're not going to be on this team. So we'll send you down right now. FIFA Bling. What's with this music? The music is, again, from Ben Sound. Ben Sound music. And I wouldn't say it's from an N64 game. I think you maybe need to go back and listen to what an N64 game actually sounds like.
You ready to do the
Oops.
giveaway?
As something just randomly pops up on my screen, and that's still popping up on my screen. Just give me 1 second here.
Yeah, you sort of cut out for a sec there.
Yes, because random things. Yes, I think we are ready to... you know what, give me 1 second as I'm waiting for something to come up. And in fact, alright, what's going on here? Okay. Yes, as a random banner shows up in the middle of our stream. And the chat is now talking about Pilot 164, so Jeff, I think we're ready to give our next contest.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. What mail needs to be answered?
What was that?
It's saying I have unanswered mail that needs to be...
You're cutting out there, Adam. I can't hear you.
It's saying I have mail that needs to be answered, but there's no mail in my inbox telling me that I need to...
I'm hearing mail that needs to be...
Alright, I'm not sure. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's okay now. You're not cutting out now?
Okay, there's something about mail. Oh, but alright, okay. Let's go, Jeff. Give me a new piece of trivia for these people who want a game.
Okay, I am looking at a program that I got at a WHL game when I was living in Calgary in the early 2000s. In this program, there's a picture of several players and a former owner of the Calgary team. Who is her?
You cut out right at the end.
It should be an easy one.
Who is the former owner? Is that what you
Looking
said?
at who is the former owner that is in this picture with several of the Calgary WHL players? Come on, this is an easy one.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. People are quickly Googling now, seeing if they can find out an answer. Who owned them? Who owned them?
It should be really obvious. There we go. Coca-Cola, Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart, and the Calgary Hitman.
All right, Coca-Cola, you have won a copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4.
And that was actually kind of cool going to the Hitman game stand because he would still, even though he'd sold the team to the Flames at that point, he would sit behind the bench pretty much every game. But in the stands behind the bench. Would be a little weird to have Bret Hart in his Hitman gear actually sitting on the bench. Kind of intimidating too, I think.
Or awesome.
Well, yeah, that too.
Dawn still won't talk to us. All right. You know what? Coca-Cola, you should check your whispers, and you should see a whisper from me with a code for Steam. And alright, I'm still getting a message saying that I have unanswered mail, but I have answered all my mail, so...
Where is it giving you that message? On Twitch or somewhere else?
No, like on in the game. Every time I clicked, I want to
Oh, in
advance to
the
next
game.
month,
Oh,
and it keeps popping up saying you have unanswered mail.
have you got a number assignment request from one of your free agents? Scroll down on the blue check mark.
Well, I clicked
in your
continue and
mail?
now it's working. No, the only thing that's showing up that is from the job offers, but everything else I've done. And when I click continue, it's advancing
One of
to.
the job officers are doing it. Hmm?
Can Akuda Creative saying, can we get some Euro League questions? Oh, and Brian Giunta has returned to the Montreal Canadiens after playing the year over in the Czech League. Signed a 2-year deal. All right. I have unanswered mail that needs to be responded. I don't know what mail it is. This is kind of aggravating me right now. So maybe something else to...
Scroll down and you should be able to see one that's not checked, or that's got still has a blue check mark beside it.
Well, that's all the national team jobs, but all the options are gone.
That's odd. That shouldn't be doing it then.
And I keep going lower and lower and lower.
Unless there's a number one buried below that.
There's a Hall of Fame one, but that one's...
No, that shouldn't do it. Easiest way around that then is just to click on go to manager and take off the alert for manager options and take off the alert for PMs.
What if I just try deleting all my messages here and see if that does it?
I don't think that will.
It did it.
No, it did.
So one of the messages...
It may pop up again when you start it up. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
Well, I clicked next month and it seems to have gone. All right. So as we continue to advance through July, I feel much better about kind of how we're set up for this season. And like our advancement. Let's see here. As we continue and get through middle of July. Alright, I'm going to try and stop, see if we can get Dolan to sign. And see some Jetwoo. What an awesome name, let's be honest. Jetwoo. Louis Dominique is traded to Boston for a 4th round pick. Unsigned draftees. Dolan just doesn't want to come, so we're just not going to get him this year, I guess.
Yeah, once you get that message, it's a pretty good indication that he's going to stay over there for the remainder of the year, or for at least that season. But once he's a free agent, he should be a little more willing to move.
Alright. And Jay Arbitry's not sure if I'm having connection issues with Steam on my end, but I'm having problems downloading FHM4. It keeps timing out. That's interesting. I'm thinking it's probably a connection on your end.
Yeah, that's most likely something. Steam generally is pretty solid for downloading. Unless you've got another game update or something queued at the same time.
Godhand0000 in the chat says, does this game have a fantasy draft option? And
what did
Godhead wants
I'm losing you there, Adam.
Godhand wants to know.
Oh, if the game has a fantasy draft option.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that. If you start a custom game, what you can do is use real players, use a real NHL setup, and there's an option to have an initial draft which will let you do the fantasy draft off the start. And historical mode works the same way. You can start the game from in whatever season you want with a fantasy draft. Another question in chat, is there any way to turn off the crowd noise in the game? That way you can watch us and play. Yeah, that's there is no option to do that right now. We should have thought of that. I didn't realize it was going to be this loud, drown out the whole chat. But that's pretty high on the priority list now. We'll get an option to either turn it off or turn it down.
I'm hoping for a bit of a slider. Let's be honest. That's kind of what I want to see personally. What was the other thing I was going to say? Wow, just completely gone. Adam BN says, I got here late. How did last season end? Badly. We ended at 68 points on the year, which actually, as it turned out, wasn't that bad, I don't think. It wasn't as good as we probably wanted, but it certainly wasn't the worst. We didn't get fired, even though
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as the Las Vegas finishes I've seen, it's probably near the top of the point range that what you normally see for Vegas in their first season.
Yeah, development report, Bobby Ryan went down, Rick Nash went down, and Pavel Datsyuk went down. Perfect. And
all the veterans, there we go.
Chris Chelios, Solani, and Dave Andrzejczyk make it into the Hall of Fame.
Pretty good class.
And welcome, Ratcast. We. Oh, I know what I was going to say now. I remember what it was. If you want to do a fantasy, you can do a draft in historical mode too with fantasy. But by that, you just
Yep.
need to start historical and click on set initial rosters by draft. Correct.
And then whatever season you want, and you can
Yep.
start in the 80s and get Gretzky first, or Lemieux, or whoever you want.
I personally would start in 1997 as the Vancouver Canucks.
Of course.
Why? I could make them amazing. I didn't even say it, Jeff. I didn't even say it.
I know.
You just went
I'm
there
not, well, you
yourself.
don't expect me to say it. I'm not saying the name.
And I could stop them from signing the Sedins.
You could. You shouldn't, but you could. You could draft Patrick Stefan instead.
Yeah. So we
That
got
worked out so well.
a lot of players here switching national allegiances. Coach reports on new players. Sergei Mozikin taking his time. Everybody else is getting better. Awesome.
Yeah, about the nationalities thing. Any players who've been in the league for a while. The first stage of it is players who've been playing in a foreign league for quite a while have a chance of getting a new nationality, and then the second stage of it is after anybody who's got a second nationality, if it looks like they're not going to be playing for the national team of their first country, they may make the decision to switch primary nationalities, and if they're, say, Canadian playing in Germany, they may decide to go play for the German national team.
Jeff, there's some comments in the chat that wants you to say.
Yeah, I saw it. Doesn't mean I have to respond to it.
I think you.
Bad enough you do it. You got them doing it now too. See, I'm going to start talking more about the Jets teams in the early '80s.
Go
That's
ahead.
a fun topic for you.
I'd much rather you talk about them than the early '90s team with the Mike Smith
Losing streak.
with the Mike Smith experiment. That one still hurts. Actually, I think Ratcast, who's in our chat, I'm pretty sure he told me he wanted to fund getting you a Vancouver Canucks jersey with Messier on the back.
I'm sure I could get something for it on eBay.
Alex
Not
the
a Canucks fan.
says, question, I have a lot of American players I'm on my protected list in the WHL, but they all don't want to play in Canadian Junior. Can I change it? Can it change over the years, or should I kick them out of my protected list?
No, if they're wanting to play college hockey now, that won't change right now. I've been trying to work in a way to get that to occasionally flip over at the beginning of a new season, but there's some issues with guys who are already on a junior college team when that happens. So I have to figure out a way to probably only change it for young guys who haven't moved up yet, and I haven't quite figured out how to filter them out yet. So right now, yeah, you're best just dumping those guys off your protected list.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys who jump from college to junior. I mean, it does happen, but it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, well, Duncan Keith did it.
Yeah, and I mean there is some, but it's just it's not a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd like to get in the games, and it's a interesting little trick if you're playing a major junior team. If you got a college guy sitting on your protected list and he suddenly decides he wants to leave college, although the more I think about it, that may make more sense once we get the college leagues playable to have that kind of thing happening. Would be a good storyline thing, come to think of it.
Okay, so
That's about the right frequency.
Philip Grubauer is going to be super mad. He signs with Philadelphia on July 4th and then gets traded to the Rangers immediately for in August for a second-round pick. Signs with one team, gets sent to another.
What was the date in August where it happened?
August 10th.
It's strange. You should have still been in the lockout period where they won't try to trade him. Although that's not 100%. There's still a chance they can move him.
Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, so that... Right, I was thinking about that afterwards. Remember how it said Ryan Strom got... This game was started on an earlier build, so there was some issues with players who had moved... with their rights not transferring correctly. It has since been fixed. And that's why Ryan Strom's rights were able to be traded from the Islanders to Vancouver, despite the fact he played in Edmonton.
Yeah, that was a bug with the Vegas entry draft. That's fixed now, but we started this couple of builds, so that's why that's wrong.
Yeah. So there was that issue, but it has been fixed. Is the image still coming through okay? I've got a couple, just suddenly got a couple of ads coming.
Yeah, I'm still getting it okay. I've still got your, like in the middle of August, so I'm just got the ice surface and the logo, but...
That was just one of those weird things that happened. All right. And continuing through August, should I try and sign Dolan one more time before, what is it, the 22nd when it changes?
It probably won't work if he's refusing. If he does it at the start, does it the first time, that particular message will generally stay consistent for the whole year.
Okay, Jeff, here's a big question for you from the chat, from our friend Ratcast. He says, what's new in historical mode this year, if anything?
Got a couple hours. Well, for one, it starts instead of with the FHM3, only you could go back to 1931. Now you can do the whole 100 years of NHL history. It starts in 1917. Since it's starting in 1917, you've also got the other leagues that were competitive with the NHL back then. So the Western Canada League, the Pacific Coast Option. And they're pretty much on an even level with the NHL, even more so than the WHA was. And so you're competing directly with those teams for players if you're playing as an NHL team. And they also play for the Stanley Cup.
What happened?
So if you... What happened?
I just wanted to check out Eric Brownstrom. I noticed... He's 1 star. He's playing he's a Swedish guy playing in Sweden. All of a sudden I went to offer him a contract and it says he's refusing to sign a contract and super angry about everything. So I'm not really sure what happened there. He was our number 15 pick. All right then. Sorry, please continue, Jeff.
Yeah, sure. Other stuff in historical, there's a minor league affiliates for the historical teams. Now they don't all use the reserve list. You'll have usually the actual minor league actual top affiliate they had that year. So if you're the 2016 Jets, you've got the Manitoba Moose. What else in historical? We went back and there were a few odd playoff systems that we hadn't been able to model perfectly before, and Malta did a little extra coding, I think, and so we got some unusual setups. Like for a while, they would play the first round matchups would be the number 1 versus the number 3 team, and the number 2 team versus the number 4 team, which really makes no sense, but they did it that way for a long time, so that'll work now. Just historical which I think you're planning on doing next, Adam.
Historical? Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
might take a quick peek at that. I don't know. Are you going to be back tonight or not?
I'm thinking I'm going to need to sleep at some point. I've been up since
All right.
I'm not actually sure when I got up. It's, I think, about 1 in the morning. So I will probably be sleeping through that. But historical challenges, you
Yeah.
can take over a team just for, instead of having to play the whole history of a team out or having that kind of open-ended challenge, you get a very specific task you have to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like if you're the Canucks, you for the 82 Canucks, and first you have to finish below 500 in the regular season, but then you have to get the team to the finals. So that's one of the tougher challenges. And if you succeed at that, you get an achievement.
Yeah. I'm thinking we're
Uh,
probably going to leave that till next week. And Dolan, our scouting tells us he's only 1.5 stars now. And actually 4.5 abilities. So
probably right on the bubble. Yeah.
All right. And continuing on, we are now to the 3rd of September and just pushing forward a little more. And we'll kind of maybe go through and get our line set up, and maybe that'll be where we end the stream for tonight, or today rather, I guess, until tonight. And alright, got another development report here as more leagues are starting off. And the Coyotes just traded Jacob Chitrin to Buffalo for, or to Arizona for Ryan O'Reilly. That is an interesting move. Dun, dun. So our team has a lot of ex-New York Islanders and Columbus Blue Jackets on it all of a sudden. I just realized that with Wierninski and Atkinson. And we got Pollock and Tavares and all right, Brandstrom, Jones. Oh, 1.5 stars. What happened there, Jones? And some other guys just going. Oh, Ethan Manderville is now playing with Ottawa in the OHL, so that's good. And we will continue. Jack Campbell gets traded to Edmonton for a 4th-round pick, which isn't too much of a surprise after they traded away Cam Talbot. Edmonton is very upset about not making the playoffs, or not making the Stanley Cup final. And as we continue through September 9th, also, I gotta say, I really like this new background here for FHM4. So bright and colorful.
Yeah, Daniel, our new artist, did a nice job with that. Kind of looking forward to seeing what he can do when we do a bigger interface overhaul next year.
Yes. Which, you might notice there isn't a huge change from FHM4, or FHM3 rather, but there is some noticeable differences, especially the font, which is now, well, we've went more boldly than we've ever went before. Oh, come on, that was a great pun.
Sorry, we got another question in the chat from somebody else is having trouble downloading the game at the moment. So I'm wondering if there actually is maybe a Steam issue going on right now.
Well, one of the ways, have you checked the Steam discussions and see if there's anybody else saying that?
Yeah, there's pretty much always somebody in there.
Well, I know, I just can't pull it up on my page right now.
Download speed, don't you? Yeah, I'm just gonna checking one place. Nope, nothing that I can see. Weird.
Interesting. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Dun, dun. And we are almost. And Matt Duchesne has signed a 5-year extension with Colorado, just like in real life, right?
How much did he sign for?
$30.5 million.
No, it's pretty good.
Alex Vital asking if you found the problem with the workshop, Jeff.
No, Sebastian's trying to do something with it right now. It's weird. There's an option it should be giving me, and it isn't. So he's trying it, or will be trying it shortly.
All right.
But until we get that done, we can't actually make the workshop work. It should have worked as soon as I uploaded the first file to it today, but for some reason it isn't.
All right, taking a look at our training camp development report. Lots of guys going up, but nobody's really taking that next jump. John Tavares has returned to his 5-star, so that's nice, but I was hoping one of the junior guys would take a little bit of a jump, but they haven't. So, Datsuk is going to be dressed, as is Rick Nash. What's our minor leagues look? So we have Comrie and Subban playing minor leagues. I think probably leave them alone right now.
Yeah, let them develop a little more.
And we'll keep Tristan Jerry up. Adam Pelish is going to get scratched. Warnitsky is dressed. Carlson is dressed. Atlin is dressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensemen are now dressed. Alright. Now you can also see there is no limit to your training camp roster anymore. Okay, and so we ran into this issue with Philip Khrushchev, so I'm just going to edit him and send him back down to his current team to who was his rights?
Don't remember. It was Quebec League team.
Quebec Ramparts. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and send him to the Quebec Ramparts. And save him there. So now we can see he is back there. Even we maintain his rights, and he's still contracted to us, but we put him back down to Quebec. And so now they can deal with him. All right. Brian Rust is going to be in the lineup, as is Eric Holla and John Tavares. Sergei Mozikin is in, which means we have room for Miguel Boddicker. So with all the guys we signed, we don't really need Suzuki or Glass.
You can give him another year in junior then.
I think we should give him another year in junior. I was thinking we were going to need them, but with Datsuk signed, I'll maybe hold on to them through training camp. That makes sense, right? In case somebody gets badly injured. And we will set our...
So now we send it down, as long as they haven't played 10 games, their contracts still slide, and you won't lose a year that way.
All right. So now our first line is, or defenders is Calvin DeHaan and John Carlson, Werenski, Vatanen, Theodore Dumba. That's a pretty nice defensive set. On offense, we have Mozikin, Tavares, Boddicker, Russ, Datsuk, Ryan, Nash, Hullock, Atkinson, and Point Tuck Eakin. How do you feel about those lines?
Looking fairly good. Pretty good depth, so for at least for a second-year team, and it looks like we do have a steam problem. Somebody just confirmed that in the forums, so something is going on, just hasn't gotten a lot of notice yet.
There should be. So should we maybe just stop here for right now, and we will come back later? Actually, okay.
Yeah, probably when this gets sorted out, we'll have a few more people maybe online playing.
You know what? We need to.
You can pick this one up later.
We're just going to set our captains here. So we're going to go medal ratings, look at leadership ability. Tavares is obviously going to be our leader. He is our new captain. And then Calvin DeHaan, I really don't want to take the assistant captain away from him. He's been playing well. Should I throw it on Datsuk, give him another assistant?
Well, the thing is, he's probably going to be gone in a year, isn't he? So,
yeah.
Would you be better off leaving it?
Well,
although it's only assistant captain, you're not giving him the C, so.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the. Oh, good, right one. All right, so we're going to name Tavares as our new captain, Datsuk as first alternate, DeHaan as second alternate. Perfect spot for us to stop then. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. We will be back later tonight at approximately 8:15 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. We usually stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on the same Twitch channel. If you want to talk to us about Franchise Hockey Manager, please come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, and that'll take you to our official forums. You can also find us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. And I think that's about it. Jeff, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, and I'll be back tonight. I'm not sure if I will, because I'm getting a little tired here. Been a very long day, but I may be back for a little while tonight. You never know.
All right, sounds good. So thank you very much for tuning in, everybody else, and we will see you again later, which will include another possible free copy of Franchise Hockey Manager 4.